With your CIGTV News Update, I'm Donna Bush. Thanks for joining us. A record number of new officers graduated from Her Majesty's prison service on Tuesday, following the pomp and circumstance of the inspection and drill demonstration outside. Prison staff, government officials, invited guests, and the graduates moved inside to the Weston's Governor's Ball.
To have reached this point is no mean achievement. Just think about these numbers. 338 people applied for the last round of vacancies that these recruits successfully navigated. 338. Only 261 of those were invited to participate in literacy and numeracy tests, and only 105 of those were selected to undertake fitness tests. And of those, only 60 were selected for interview. And the people that were here to recognise this evening, 23 of them, were the only ones who were able to navigate successfully what was a very arduous process. So for that alone, well done to you.
Now the graduates' ballroom, that is. Now the graduates' address was given by Officer Keyshawn Moore, followed by remarks and presentations of certificates by His Excellency, the Acting Governor, Mr. Franz Manderson. Special awards were also handed out, and we say congratulations to the Prison Service's newest recruits. Meantime, over 600 Year 5 and Year 6 students in the Cayman Islands government primary school system say they're satisfied with the quality of education provided at their school, according to recent surveys conducted by the Office of Education Standards. In total, 502 parents, 189 teaching and non-teaching staff, and 603 students completed the online questionnaires, where all responses were anonymous. The views of parents, staff, and students were included in the final report published by the OES following the inspection. Now, the results from each survey are included in published reports. The primary schools inspected were Bodden Town, Savannah, Prospect, Red Bay, East End, Georgetown, Sir John A. Cumber, Edna Mole, Creek, Spot Bay, and West End primary schools. It was notable that the highest rate of satisfaction among students was from those attending government primary schools on Cayman Brac. According to a press release, in general, there was more positive feedback across schools about the quality of teaching and progress in specific subjects. Parents believe that their children were cared for by staff in all schools, receiving over 70% agreement with the statement, "My child is safe and cared for at school." To look at the published report, you can go online to oes.gov.ky. Again, that's oes.gov.ky. Well, a first-of-its-kind Explorer Passport has been released by the Cayman Islands National Trust. The first comprehensive scavenger hunt booklet for Grand Cayman is a one-of-a-kind adventure Explorer Passport that allows visitors and residents a fun way to discover the many hidden or little-known places around Grand Cayman. The National Trust tells us that participants will be able to follow clues, travel to different sites, discover unique aspects of each area, and learn about the heritage and natural wonders of our beautiful island. The fun 20-page booklet features photos of sites and includes a map and stickers that will allow you to mark where you've been. To find out more about the Explorer Passport and to purchase it, you can visit the office located in the Dart Family Park in South Sound, or you can give them a call at 749-1121 or go online to nationaltrust.org.ky. Well, for a look at our weekly schedule of shows here on CIG Television, you can go online to gis.gov.ky and click on the publications link at the bottom of the homepage. If you missed today's news update, you can go to the Cayman Islands Government Facebook page as well as the CIG Television YouTube channel. With your CIG TV News Update for this Wednesday, I'm Donna Bush. As always, thanking you for joining us, wishing you a wonderful and awesome night, and hoping you'll join me back here again tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye for now.
Boating, fishing, and water sports in the Cayman Islands are great, but keep a cool head. Here are 7 tips for fun and safe sea outings. Number 1. Use a checklist to plan your outing. Check the weather forecast, make a float plan, and share it with someone who is remaining on land, stating where you're going, with whom, and when you're expected to return. Visit your nearest marine supply store to get your safety gear. This includes signaling mirrors, whistles, and a flare kit. It's also very important to have onboard flotation devices and life vests for each person. There are different types of vests. Some are for water sport activities such as snorkeling, and others are for going on offshore boating or on fishing trips. Number 2. These items can be lifesavers in case of an accident or bad weather. Number 3. Use a motor kill switch, especially if you're boating alone. In case of a leak or breakdown, always stay with the boat until help arrives. If you capsize, an emergency beacon or locator device can send a distress signal to inform the authorities of your location. Larger flares will indicate distress to a boat, airplane, or search and rescue officials. Number 4. In addition to sunscreen, food, and beverages, it would be smart to have a cell phone. Make sure your marine radio works. Cayman boaters use Channel 16 to communicate. Number 5. Also, don't forget your anchor and sufficient rope. Number 6. Boat operators should be familiar with the local waters and reefs, as well as the capabilities and functions of the vessels they are using. Always obey the rules of the sea and the marine environment, and have courtesy for others. Number 7. Alcohol and salt water do not mix, especially if you're the captain. Some useful contact numbers are 911. The RCIPS Marine Base is 649-7710, and the Port Authority is 949-2055. Smooth sailing, all!
I'm Jody Ann Powery. I'm the Police Media Officer with the RCIPS, and I'm here to give you some crime prevention tips on how to best protect your property. The first thing that we want to discuss is our points of entries. Let's start with the front door, and then we'll move on to the windows and the back doors or sliding glass doors. The first thing to consider is the front door. This particular front door has 2 deadbolt locks. One of these deadbolt locks are properly carpentered and the other is not. When your door is properly locked, you'll hear a click at the end and the deadbolts are not able to move. If it is slightly opened, then you can push the deadbolt back without having any restrictions. I'll now proceed to show you what your lock should look like when it is properly locked. When it comes to your windows, you want to make sure that your window is locked all the way down, because even though the lock is on, if it's not all the way down, it can still be pried. The proper way to lock the window is to make sure that the window goes all the way down to the seal and then you pull across the lock. When you have a sliding glass door at home, you want to make sure that you have secondary locking devices in addition to the lock that comes with the door. One of those can be a simple piece of wood that's jamming the doorway. We want to encourage you to ensure that you don't make things easy for burglars who are looking for opportunities to break into property by leaving your property out in plain view. Some of these items are your car keys, your electronics, and your handbags. Make sure that you put these properties away when you're leaving the house or when you're going to bed. When you're going camping or if you're taking your family on a trip, you want to ensure that your property has some sign of life. This can be done by leaving a light on or putting timers on your lights. And we want to ensure that our family homes are safe. In order to do so, we encourage that people take the proper precautions by starting up neighborhood watches or encouraging family members or persons they trust to check on their properties while they're away.